Chike, is it until I die that you make money like other boys?
That was the first thing Mama Chike said the moment he stepped into the compound that evening. Chike quietly dropped the small bag that contained the few sewing materials he used for his tailoring apprenticeship and forced a tired smile.
Mama.
You know I'm still learning. My master said I'm improving every day.
Learning? That is what you've been telling me for the past 2 years. Look at Chiboy. Last month, he bought his mother a brand new car. Chima, the boy who sat beside you in primary school, has just completed a 3-story building for his mother.
Mama, I know.
This weekend, the whole village will gather to celebrate him. And you are here, still carrying this bag around. So tell me, when will people gather to celebrate because of you and your brother? When will I finally enjoy what my fellow women are enjoying from their sons?
Chike swallowed hard. He wanted to explain. He wanted to remind her how many nights he went to bed hungry just to save money for his sewing tools. He wanted to remind her that success doesn't come at the same time for everyone. But the words refused to come out. Without saying another word, he picked up his bag, walked into his small room, and shut the door behind him. For several minutes, he just sat on the edge of his bed, staring at a wall.
Ensure the edge is perfectly even, Chike. We aim for excellence.
Yes, Oga, I understand.
The needle moved fast under Chike's fingers, steady, unshaking. Dust floated in the afternoon light, catching on thread and sweat. Machines rattled, voices rose and fell around him, but Chike stayed inside his own quiet corner of the world. This was the only place his mind ever rested. Chike, trim this hem for me, Oga Namdi said, not lifting his eyes from his own work. Yes, sir. He bent over the cloth, scissors moving in short, exact strokes. 20 years old, and his hands already worked like a master's. 3 years here had taught him one thing above all: patience. Oga Namdi called him his best apprentice. He was quiet, careful, and never rushing a stitch just to start the next one. He had not eaten since morning. He did not mention it. Beside him hung a finished agbada, cream and gold, waiting for a customer who would pay more for one outfit than Chike earned in a month. He let his eyes rest on it for only a second before returning to his work. "Go home," Oga Namdi said later, glancing at him. "You look tired." "I'm fine, sir." He was not fine, but that was not something he ever mentioned out loud. It was not something he had ever learned to say out loud. When the sun dropped low, Chike counted his pay into his palm. He did not need to count twice. He already knew it would not be enough. His jaw tightened for 1 second. Then he folded the money into his pocket and started for home. The road narrowed into dust and shadow. He passed the old primary school field, gate hanging crooked on one hinge. Grass grown wild where boys used to play football until dark. Faces he no longer saw. Names he rarely said anymore. He did not slow down, but something in his chest pulled tight as he passed it. Somewhere behind a fence, children were laughing at a game he barely remembered how to play. The smell of other people's dinners drifted from open doorways, richer smells than the one waiting for him at home. Neighbors sat outside, watching, saying nothing, missing nothing. Chike walked faster than usual tonight. His mother had been too quiet these past few days, and in this house, her silence always came before a storm. Smoke called from the doorway before he reached it. Yam boiling. His mother's back to him, staring, unmoving, like she had been carved into that position.
Good evening, Mama.
She did not turn. He set his bag down, sat on the bench, waited. There was no clock in the house, only the scrape of her spoon against the pot and the sound of his own breathing. "I saw Mama Adezi today," she said, still facing the wall. Chike's stomach dropped. Her son sent her money from Port Harcourt. New wrapper, new shoes. He wants to build her a house before December.
Mama Adaizi's son sent her money. He is building her a big house. Chike, that boy is your mate.
She turned. Her eyes were not angry. They were tired. The kind of tired that frightened him more than shouting ever could. "It's been 3 years, Chike."
3 years of cutting another man's cloth, and it has amounted to nothing.
Mama, these things take time. I am learning.
Time. The word left her mouth like something spat out.
Time! You have been saying that since you were 17.
He opened his mouth again, closed it. Whatever he said now would only feed the fire.
I am 45 years old, and I do not have your kind of time.
Chike looked at the floor, his hands pressed flat against his knees, holding himself still, holding everything in. She stepped closer, just one step. Her hands were trembling now, the spoon still caught between her fingers.
Everybody has something to show for their children except me.
Mama, please.
Please what? Her voice cracked, but she did not cry. She never cried in front of him. Please keep waiting. Please keep smiling when women ask me what my son is doing with his life. Chike said nothing. He had learned long ago that nothing he said would ever be enough to answer her fear. She looked at him, and for one moment, something in her face nearly broke. Then she said it, quiet, almost in a whisper.
Chike, will I die before you succeed?
The room went silent. Not the silence of nothing happening, the silence of something breaking, somewhere no one could see. For a moment, Chike heard nothing else. Not the fire under the pot, not the crickets starting up outside, only that question circling, refusing to land anywhere soft. Chike could not speak. He did not trust his own voice not to shake. So he did what he always did. He swallowed it. All of it. He stood, nodded once, and walked past her toward his room. Behind him, he heard the spoon drop against the edge of the pot. A small sound, but it followed him down the hallway like a door slamming. Mama Chike stood there a long time after he left. She did not stir the pot again. Her hand found the edge of the table, and she held on to it, like a woman steadying herself against a wind only she could feel. His room held only a mattress, a stool, a mirror with a crack running through the middle like a scar. He caught his own reflection in it, split in two by the crack, and looked away. He sat, did not move, did not turn on the light. "Will I die before you succeed?" The words did not fade. They sat inside his chest, heavy, taking up the space where his breath should have been. He was not angry. That was the part that hurt most. He understood her. He always understood her. But understanding her changed nothing. The words still cut exactly the same. His stomach growled, hollow and forgotten. He ignored it the way he ignored most things about himself. He pressed his palms against his eyes. "I am trying, Mama," he said to himself. But trying did not feel like enough anymore. It never did, not in this house. Outside, he had her moving again in the kitchen. Plates, water, small ordinary sounds as if nothing had happened, as if she had not just split something open inside her only son. Chike sat in the dark and let the silence press down on him, minute after minute, until the shape of the room disappeared and there was only his own breathing and hers somewhere on the other side of the wall. Something in him had shifted tonight. He could not yet name it, but it was there. Then his phone lit up. He almost ignored it. A name he had not seen in years sat glowing on the screen. He stared at it a long moment before he understood what he was looking at. It was Obina, one of his old classmates who was already doing well now. His chest tightened. He sat up slowly, thumb hovering over the message before he found the courage to open it. Chike, long time. I heard about your father's death. So sorry about that. I need to talk to you about something. Can we meet this week? Chike read it once. He had no idea, sitting there in the dark with his mother's question still bleeding inside him, that 4 lines of text had just opened a door he would never be able to fully close again.